Logan the Layman Critic here. It's been a couple of weeks, so I'm going to catch up with a couple of reviews in short order. I didn't intend on doing more horror flicks, but I am not doing any Christmas films, so these will have to do. Today's review is for 1971's Night of Dark Shadows. It's directed by Dan Curtis and stars David Selby, Kate Jackson, and Lara Parker. Let's talk movies. Quentin Collins and his wife, Tracy, move into their recently inherited Collinwood estate. Things look to be going well until Quentin starts having dreams of a past life, a very violent life. This past life had him involved in an affair with Angelique Collins, who was executed for witchcraft. She still haunts the estate, and she wants to claim Quentin as her lover once again. The biggest problem with Night of Dark Shadows is pretty obvious from the get-go. No Barnabas. The previous film ended with a setup for his return, but alas, this wasn't to be. Much of the characters from that first film were killed, so that forced the introduction of new characters. I'm not hugely familiar with the show, so I don't recognize any of them apart from Angelique. Many of these characters are played by actors who were in previous parts prior. I found it very confusing because I wasn't sure if they were supposed to be reincarnated characters just as Quentin, or if we're just supposed to ignore that it's the same actor in a different part. I don't care for the story all that much. The whole reincarnated lover trope shouldn't have been recycled for the sequel. The plot sort of meanders, and I had to watch this film in increments because I kept falling asleep. I guess the film had over 30 minutes of footage cut from what was originally intended. I'm not sure if that was to the film's benefit or not. It also suffers from jarring edits, much like the original did. The best part of the film is its ending. I'm not sure if I would call it a payoff for sitting through 95 minutes of mostly boredom, but it did surprise me in a good way. Night of Dark Shadows is a disappointment, I will say. Its predecessor wasn't exactly spectacular, but it was still entertaining, and it at least had Barnabas. I'd venture a guess and say that you're probably better off watching this story arc on the TV series instead, so take that for what it's worth. Thanks for watching.